Big SEC guys, and we've got an Arkansas Razorbacks preview for you this year. How you doing, Joe?
Woo Pig Suey.
Whoa, pig, suey. We do love Sam Pittman. One of the big SEC guys coaches we love. Shout out Sam Pittman. I love that guy. Probably the best offensive line coach in the country. I don't know about as a head coach, but an unbelievable offensive line coach.
He's a classier Coach O.
A better coach. That's such a good comparison. Like
He's
a
a
cooler,
classier
classier
Coach
coach.
O.
Yeah. What another example of an all-time football guy. What a football guy. Joe, let's dive right back in. I'm gonna call it out here right now. I don't think this Arkansas team is gonna be very good. So this is probably gonna be a relatively quick preview episode. Joe,
Yeah,
talk us through a little bit of the
I hate
dates.
to do it because it might cost Coach Pittman his job, but I think he's on the hot seat. I think it's probably gonna end up being a year where they decide to go a new direction at the end of the year. And
Yeah,
despite how much we love Coach Pittman, this is just a really tough situation right now. It's not a good schedule, and
not a
it's
great roster.
not a great roster. And he's had
Not a
time to
good
turn it
roster.
into a better roster, but when your best players are getting poached, you know,
Yeah. This team is loaded with transfers on the offensive side of the ball. Joe, I know you did some research on returning starters. How's that looking? I imagine not good.
it's not great. It's not catastrophic, but it's on the lower end of the conference. They've got 8. They've got 4 on offense, 4 on defense. Um,
Okay.
the the one real bright spot is gonna be, Taylon Green coming back at
Yep.
quarterback. He's gonna mask his just athleticism is gonna
Yeah.
mask a lot of deficiencies. And, he's still got Bobby Petrino calling the plays. Bobby Petrino is an excellent play caller, if not a great motorcycle driver, but he, you know, he can make the offense drive the field where he cannot keep the motorcycle on the road. So, that is gonna mask a lot of issues, but boy, there's just not a lot of return in production off a not very good team last year.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's dive in the depth chart a little bit. So, Taylon Green at quarterback, I think it's fair to say it's probably the best player on the team. Taylon
Yep.
Green's really good.
Mhm.
He's one of the more exciting quarterbacks to watch in the SEC, which will make Arkansas fun to watch because
Yeah.
he's a
Well,
runner, he's a
yeah,
gunner,
I
he's
mean,
really fast.
we've been hard on the Hogs here in the start, right? We've been hard on them, but this is a
Yeah.
team that beat Tennessee at home in a night game last year. So again, very difficult to win on the road in the SEC. You know, this is there's a lot put it there's going to be a lot of upset opportunities for Pittman to prove that he needs another season.
Yeah. We've got Braylon Russell at running back, who I think is an average SEC running back at best. We've got probably one of the bottom 5 offensive lines, Joe, is that fair? You got a couple of
Yeah,
transfers
I don't. There's
thrown
nothing
in
on that O
there.
line that excites me. Um,
No, it's hard with the transfer
transfer at center, transfer at right tackle,
and at left tackle.
transfer at left tackle.
Both tackles and the center are transfers. That's good
I mean,
luck.
that's gonna be
It
tough to get the cohesion there.
and
The
it's hard to
entire
gauge it's hard to
there
gauge if that's gonna be good because we just don't
well,
know.
listen to this. 5 of their top 6 wide receivers are transfers, and their tight ends are transfer because they're, you know, tight end I rank second best in the SEC is now suited up at
Luke
Ole Miss.
Oz. Yeah, it's now at Ole Miss.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
their starting X receiver, I was looking at the message boards today, and the starting X receiver was Omega Blake, who couldn't cut it at South Carolina, so he transferred, so that's not a good sign. Um, then you've got Ismail Ceesay, who I think is actually gonna be pretty good, and then Raylan Sharp, who's an older guy, so that's not great. This is an
yeah,
offense that it's
the
gonna be
Jimmies and the Joes aren't looking great on offense. What about defense?
the hero show for Taylon Green.
Yeah,
So
it is.
the defense is more of their guys. That's
Yep,
pretty much
yep.
most of their returning starters are on defense. Um, this wasn't a great defense last year, and I don't think it's gonna be a great defense this year.
No, it's, they were good enough to keep Tennessee in check though and win
Yeah,
that game. I mean, so that's
Auburn
the
too.
recipe, right? That's the recipe, right? They whatever they did for that preparation, hopefully they've replicated it also.
Yeah,
Becau because, I mean, it shows that it can be done, but will it be executed on a week in, week out basis with this many new faces and, frankly, just a team that they just weren't very good last year. So maybe it's a good thing they don't have that many returning starters. They weren't very good last year.
yeah, they weren't great last year, but I mean, they had their moments last year, right?
They're competitive. Did they win that Oklahoma State game early in the year?
No, they lost in double or triple overtime. Remember, it was that epic game.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
That was a
I
good
couldn't
one.
remember if they won it or not.
But then,
Yeah,
I mean, they beat Auburn at Auburn. They
they did.
they
They did.
they went on that 3-game run where they should have won all 3, so they beat Auburn at Auburn, and then they should have beat Texas A&M. They kinda blew it against
Yeah.
Texas A&M, and M,
No,
and then they beat
has
Tennessee.
Arkansas beaten Texas A&M more than once or twice since A&M joined the conference? It's like that game is a thriller to watch every year, but I
I
don't
don't
think
think so,
Arkansas
but
comes out on the top.
they started out hot against Texas A&M, and then they just went ice cold. Um, but that was, I mean, you remember last year that and this guy's getting some training camp hype, in the NFL. They had that Tesla guy, that receiver that was awesome. Um, he had a big game. But yeah, the D-line's, gonna be fine, so Collins, Saley, Ball, Rhodes, that's an older group, so that should be they should be solid, at least the 4 on the D-line, and then, they've got some age at linebacker there, but I'm not writing any letters about them, and then, Sam Pittman's actually I mean, the Arkansas DBs have been pretty solid, so let's see if they can continue that, but, I mean, there's no one that jumps out at me saying this is gonna be like
If
if
we're ranking it position group by position group, it's in the bottom quartile of the conference
they're probably
across the board. Across the
all
board.
3 D-line, linebacker, and DB are gonna be probably bottom 6 for me in the
Yeah.
SEC,
Yeah,
so
I would okay, that's fair enough. Bottom 3rd.
any key games, Joe? You wanna run through the schedule?
Um, I will say that there is a lot of upset potential here to rally behind. And I'll say probably the keyest game on the schedule happens very early. September 13th, they go to Oxford and play Ole Miss. And that's an Ole Miss team, and we'll talk about this when we talk about Ole Miss, but it's a team now under Kiffin that's gotten used to winning,
Yeah.
so
Oh,
they're
yeah.
gonna know how to win a close game. By the time the season's all said and done, I'm not positive that Ole Miss is gonna be that good this year. So this
Okay.
is a game where they're actually gonna have a comparatively competitive equality. If you find a way to win that game, then perhaps we can get into a better case scenario for Arkansas this year. That would be a huge one to add on the win column.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Um, so I think as far as like when you circle key games, that's probably their key game of the season because it's going to dictate so much of how the rest of the season is going to go. I mean, you win that game and you start out 3-0, and all of a sudden, belief is a powerful thing in the sport of football. I mean, it is
Oh,
a
yeah.
powerful, powerful
Momentum's
thing.
real.
Yeah, if you believe in your teammates and believe in the team, you can really play above your head. So find a way to win that game and the season could go differently than how I actually expected. Um, Other
Yeah.
cool game for Arkansas, this is more for the fans. You get to host Notre Dame. That's
Yep.
that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. The kids are gonna get up and get hyped to play the game. So, can you keep it close long enough for Taylor Green to really just do something crazy in the 4th quarter and win you the game? Maybe. I wouldn't bet on it, but it's gonna be a great atmosphere.
A lot
And
that's
then
gonna be the primetime ABC game. A lot of people are gonna be like, "Who's this quarterback? Who's this
yeah,
guy? This guy's pretty good.
he's pretty
This guy
good,
can
yeah. Why
run."
is Arkansas losing so many games?
I
This
know.
kid's
Why are they
good.
losing? This guy's awesome. Who is this guy? That's
Oh,
gonna be the
man.
casual SEC fan.
Yeah, that's right. Heard it here. Taylon Green, pride of the
Guy's a
Razorbacks
stud.
this year.
Yeah, absolute stud.
But,
Any other games, Joe?
I'll just say it's really nice to see this rivalry back in action. Arkansas, Texas was such a staple in the old Southwest Conference. It's
Yeah,
been a huge, you know, for me, I've really enjoyed having Texas in the conference because we've returned to this Texas A&M Texas game and this Texas Arkansas game. Arkansas does not like Texas. Now, the modern Texas fan probably doesn't care that much for Arkansas since they joined the SEC in '92. That probably doesn't matter to them. But the old time Arkansas people do not like Texas. They take a lot of pride in beating Texas. And I bet you if you found enough of the old time Texas people, they like to beat Arkansas too. So that's been fun. So let's just say that's a key game just for old time's sakes. There's been some bad Arkansas teams. Maybe not bad. There's been some not as good Arkansas teams that have beaten some much better Texas teams. Um, and so that'll be fun to watch that game. Um, and
yeah,
it's not in Fayetteville this year. They do go to Austin, but it's the first time they've been to Austin since Houston Nutt went down there and beat them like a while ago.
yeah. Let's do best case, worst case. How does that sound? That's one of our staples.
Go ahead.
I'll Yeah, sorry to the Arkansas fans. Mine's not gonna be good. So, my best case is probably 6-6, and my worst case is probably 4-8. So, it's tight there, 4, 5, 6. I
Uh,
don't see a path to 7 here, and I don't think I see a path to less than 4, so I'm going in that 4 to 6 win total. What about you, Joe?
I got 7-5 to 3-9.
Oh, a bigger spread. I like it.
Yeah, I think that Memphis game is gonna be a little tricky, and if that one goes south and you're
Oh,
2
okay.
and 2 going into the Notre Dame game, I think you're in bad shape.
Yeah, my worst case 4 is, Alabama A&M, Arkansas State, Memphis, Mississippi State. That feels like 4 good ones.
Yeah, yeah. So I did have a path though. I did find them 7 wins, but it all starts with beating Ole Miss, and then, everybody's a believer at that point, you know?
Yeah, so 7 wins. They start off 4-0, and then who are the other 3? Mississippi State,
Uh, the
Missouri,
other
and
3 were,
Oregon.
Auburn, Mississippi State, and then Missouri.
Okay. Yeah, I could see
I mean,
that.
it can I
Sure.
mean, it could happen. I mean, it could
100%.
that could happen. It would be a really good coaching job by Pittman, considering what I think he has. Or maybe Daniel and I are not in the recruiting and the talent evaluation business for a reason, and we just misevaluated a roster. But but I think it would probably be a better coaching job than roster job.
Yeah, for the record, I am in the recruiting and talent evaluation business just for a
Different
massive
sector. Different
massive
sector. Yeah.
broker dealer, not a not a college football team. That's a good should call that out there, that we won't name. Alright, let's go through the schedule, Joe. What do you think about that? Let's dive
Yeah.
in.
Go ahead. Call them. I've been calling them out. You call them out.
I'll call them out this time. Alabama A&M, 1-0. Arkansas State, 2-0. At Ole Miss is a loss for me.
I've got it as a loss too.
At Memphis is a win for me.
I'm gonna give it a win. I think that could be a early warning
You like
sign.
Memphis, don't you? You dog.
It's not that I like Memphis, it has more to do with I'm worried about Arkansas.
Don't
And
like
and and
Arkansas. Okay,
notice how I said that. I like Arkansas. I am not big on this year's team from Arkansas.
got it.
I do not dislike Arkansas.
Yeah,
I
I think Arkansas
I'm
schools is
worried.
cool.
I'm gonna give that a win, but I that would be a canary in the coal mine. If we lose in Memphis, then this is gonna be a bad.
Yeah, this could go south. All right, Arkansas fans, we're 3-1 here. Notre Dame at home. I've you got to give me Notre Dame in that one.
Yeah, Notre Dame, 3-2.
At Tennessee, you got to give me Tennessee in that one.
Yeah, probably a little bit of revenge there. Again, though, similar to the Ole Miss game, I think by the time the year's all said and done, these teams aren't gonna be have been that wide of a discrepancy. So
Yeah,
if you find a way to win that game, it's not out of the question, but I still
yeah,
think Tennessee's gonna win.
I agree. Texas A&M, give me Texas A&M there, right? Auburn at home,
Yeah,
probably give me Auburn.
I'm gonna go, I'm gonna chalk one up for the Hogs here. I want
Love
I
it.
chalk one up for the Hogs, and we can let an Auburn fan give me a hard time about it. Chalk one up for the Hogs.
Yeah, that would be, 2 in a row versus Auburn. That'd be exciting. Mississippi State, give me Arkansas. I think
Yeah,
Mississippi State's the worst team in the SEC.
I think yeah, I think we'll talk about Mississippi State before long, but it's,
They're gonna be bad.
it's gonna be a struggle for them.
Yeah, that's gonna be a gross game. At LSU, at Texas, right? Chalk
Yeah,
both of those up as a loss.
yeah, losses.
Maybe the Texas hatred, that game will be a little closer than the LSU game.
Hopefully, I mean, it is a rivalry game. It's fun to have these old Southwest Conference rivalries getting
Yeah,
revived. So, that's great, but this is not the team from Arkansas, in my opinion, to make it happen this year. So they had a better chance last year. It's not a great Texas team. I'm getting ahead of myself. It's not as great of a Texas team as last year.
and then Missouri. Missouri to finish them off. I tentatively like Missouri in that one, Joe.
Yeah, I would be a good cap to the season. Maybe Arkansas's found a way. What do we have Arkansas at going into that game? Do they have 5 yet? Did we get them to
Yeah,
5?
so they've got 5 now, so if they,
So they're playing Missouri. Are they're playing them at home, aren't they?
yeah, to get bowl eligible.
Give it to the Hogs. Let's get them to 6 and 6, Daniel. Let's be optimistic over here.
My best case scenario. All right, Arkansas, we got you to 6 and 6.
Yeah, I don't think Arkansas ends up 6 and 6 this year.
No, I do not either.
I
5
don't
and
either.
7.
I actually think they're gonna lose that Memphis game. I'm gonna go back. I think they're gonna lose Memphis. They're probably gonna lose Missouri, and they're probably gonna be 4 and 8.
All right, so we're back at 4 and 8, 5 and 7. That was, it's gonna be tough, and that's probably, I hate to say coaches on the hot seat, but 4 and 8, 5 and 7, it's
I think he's
probably moving
gone.
with
I mean,
Ian
I
Pittman.
think he's gone. I hate to lose a character like that, but, I think
Oh,
it's
he'll be an SEC offensive line coach next year if that
if he
happens,
wants to, I mean, he might ride off into the sunset and say,
probably at Georgia.
"Thank you
Probably be
for
Georgia's offensive line coach.
thank you for paying me my money and let me go sit out for a couple years, and I'll go be an analyst somewhere," you know?
I'm gonna go hunt and fish for a year and then do
Yeah,
the SEC network thing.
yeah, but boy, don't you know the country music that's playing when those cold beers are flowing the day they fire him is gonna be some sad, sad songs.
Oh, yeah.
It's go
Oh, yeah.
uh,
Love it.
yeah,
All right,
so,
Joe.
unfortunately, Arkansas fans, we're not high on the hog this year, um, but a new direction could come from this, and who knows, we could be wrong, but
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, with so many transfers, maybe a couple of these transfers hit and you make some magic. A little
you
college
never know.
football
You play the
magic.
game on the field, not on paper, Daniel.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Until next time, Joe. Always a pleasure.
Good night.